With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back once again, race fans here, Trackside, with the Turn 3 Racing Network. Tonight, the NAISCC Track Racer Cup Series fires things off for their first road course of the season. Drivers going to be turning left and right here tonight at Sonoma in the Pumpin' Up Clothing Company Grand Prix. Drivers been put to the test so far this season in the first 3 weeks. Last week, we watched Dalton Tucker take the top spot. I believe that was Dalton Tucker. We're going to have to double check that one. But Dalton Tucker with his first win of the season last week at Homestead Miami Speedway. Tonight, will we see a road course ringer at the front of this field? How you doing? How you feeling out there in TV land, race fans? Glad you could all join us here tonight. As always, Dave in the Cave bringing you all the calls from Trackside. Qualifying session already underway. A few drivers out there trying to turn in some time lapse. The 51 of Max Warner out there. Maurice Gomillion. How about Tacona Munez? James Loveland, Cedric Hunter, Mark Digman, Christopher Norris, Aaron Kralik, all out there on their up-to-speed laps. We'll check in with a few drivers out there. Logan Brinkley out on track of the 29 Ford Mustang. Let's go check on Brinkley. Let's see how he's getting around what NASCAR calls a 10-turn track. I listed as about a 14-15 turn, but we'll try to keep them straight in all the numbers, and as drivers begin to turn in those time lapse, we'll shoot that information up to the left-hand side of your screen. There you can see it right there, popping up. Drivers, if they want a qualifying time, they have got to get out there fast, gotta lay down their laps. And as it takes a little over 1 minute to get around the track, we'll have ourselves a little opportunity to walk through some of the championship standings coming into tonight's race. Let's go ahead. Let's knock that out the park real quick. Here you have it. The NAISCC Track Racer Cup Series championship standings. Coming into race number 4, Sean Huffstutler with a race win, top of the point standings, 125 points in his back pocket. James Watson, Adam Westfield, Dave Bush, and Jerry Duffin round out your top 10. Duffin knotted up with Isaac Shelley, both 22 points out of the points lead right now. Tough little battle right there for 5th and 6th. Close battles all the way back through this field. Check out the close battles going on right there with Christopher Norris, Patrick Hernandez. How about Jarrett Talmadge? All knotted up with each other. Ryan Lewis, Chris Otto also as well, still in the mix inside the top 20. 30 drivers here tonight at Sonoma looking to capture the checkered flag of the first road course, and it looks like we've got our first timed lap here in the Pump and Dump Clothing Company qualifying session through the corner. That's the 29 of Logan Brinkley still out there. Patrick Hernandez also out on track. Let's get that timing and scoring popped down for you. You can see the quick time here from Sonoma. James Watson in the 39 Ford Mustang puts it top of the speed charts. Minute 18:05 is the fast time here for Watson. Two fast Fords at the front, Watson and Hunter right there at the front of this field, followed by two Chevys, and then we've got our first Toyota, Gregory Schau, right there to the 35 Toyota Camry. He'll slot in 5th here in qualifying. Let's see who else is out there. Let's go check in with that 12 of Jared Talmadge. There you can see his Chevy ZL1 Camaro. These drivers venturing out there on the track in their first road course of the season in a brand new car, so handling, maybe catching a handful of these drivers out. We've seen multiple off-track excursions in happy hour. Very limited here in qualifying, so everybody keeping it on the pavement, and that is the key of being fast. Max Foner gonna go top of the speed charts now. The 51 snatches the pole position. 1:17:28 is now the quick time here in Sonoma. Qualifying will be coming to an end for all of these drivers here momentarily. It looks like everybody else going to vacate the premises. Everybody going to get ready to go through pre-race inspection. So we're going to step away from the track for just a brief moment. Head trackside for your national anthem. And I believe that may be it for qualifying. Looks like we do have a lot of drivers beginning to head back into the garage area. And no, we're getting word we've still got about 4 minutes left here in qualifying, so still an opportunity for multiple drivers to get out there on the track and lay down a timed lap. We've got 20 drivers on the speed charts right now. Kyle Rochelle in the one Chevy ZL1 Camaro, he rounds out your qualifying order so far here. How about Ryan Lewis, Isaac Shelley out on track? Let's go out there. Let's catch a glimpse at the Toyota driver inside his office putting in work. The Premier 98 of Isaac Shelley down into the final corner, down into the hairpin here. This is going to be a busy spot, especially on the initial start of tonight's race. Local yellows only. We're going to keep this thing rolling all night long. Stage number 20. Stage 1 will come to a close on lap number 20, but no stage caution this week here at the road course. We're going to keep these machines wound up, so look for possible strategy to come into play as well with that fuel mileage. Do they run it backwards, traditional style here at road courses, or do you run it long, trying to build that gap, hoping somebody else makes a mistake, knowing unless there's a massive pileup, we're not going to re-bunch them up. We're not going to regroup them up. Drivers, you got what you got. You better be happy with what you got, because if not, you're in for a long night here tonight from Sonoma Raceway and the Pump and Dump Clothing Company Grand Prix. Still watching Isaac Shelley as he was able to put it inside of the top 10. Will he be able to take the top spot away here with his second time lap? Keeping an eye on those tires. Gotta keep it on the asphalt. Clean and clear here all the way back around second time lap, about to go on the boards. Can the Premier 98 of Isaac Shelley take that top spot away? Thomas Green in the 10 Camry, he's also out on track. We'll take a look at him here in just a moment as Shelley gonna cross the line. Does he improve? Yes, he does, but not good enough. Shelley gonna slot home in second. Thomas Green now one of the only drivers with an opportunity to take away that pole position from Max Vonner up there in that 51 Toyota Camry, and Camry's dominating the front row here. And it looks like Green really trying to work those tires in here. He doesn't have a lot of time, so this may be a one and done lap here for Thomas. Just 2 minutes remaining, so he's going to have to get around, finish this lap fairly fast, and then lay down a blistering lap. He's going to have to be absolutely on it. I tell you what, let's go keep an eye on him, because this is either going to be extremely exciting or it's going to go extremely wrong for this 10 of Thomas Green. Waiting to the final minute and a half left in qualifying. He's going to have himself about 5 seconds to spare coming across the line to turn in his one and only attempt at a qualifying lap back up through the S's here, the uphill chicane. Good old traditional Sonoma Raceway on tap here this week for the North American iRacing Stock Car Challenge Track Racer Cup Series. Not utilizing that, I call it the infield carousels, because it's a big sweeping corner right after this downhill section right here. You turn back in just up there, you can see it. You head back around and down portions of the drag racing strip here at Sonoma Raceway. The drivers utilizing the traditional NASCAR track here tonight at Sonoma Raceway for race number 4 in the NAISCC Track Racer Cup Series. Back through the corners, and he'll come around and through the S's. Back down into the final corner. Can he get the job done? Less than 30 seconds remain. Will it be enough? Tracking good right now. Can he get off of the corner? Good run to the checkered flag. A little bit of a wiggle right there. Wasn't enough. Thomas Green, top of the speed charts, but not at the very top. He'll walk away with third, and we'll step away trackside for your national anthem. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the boats bursting
And just like that, we're back trackside. Drivers already through final pre-race inspection. You can hear the bells beginning to toll in the background. You know the sounds. You know it's time to run down tonight's starting lineup in the Pump and Dump Clothing Company Grand Prix right here from Sonoma Raceway in the North American iRacing Stock Car Challenge, brought to you by Trak RACER. Starting inside row number 1, your pole sitter, the 51 of Max Funner. Isaac Shelley in the 98 will line up just to his outside. How about Thomas Green and Jarrett Talmadge rounding out row number 2, row number 3 here tonight from Sonoma Raceway, the 44 of Maurice Gomillion in the 39 of James Watson. Ryan Bird, Tom Sinchek right there in row 4, back inside row number 5, inside of his 13 category 5E sports machine, Cedric Hunter. Gregory Schall in the 35 will round out your top 10 here tonight from Sonoma Raceway. Aaron Graylick in the 01, back in the 11th. How about Cody Reed going to slot inside the 12th starting position? Row number 7, Logan Freakley and James Loveland, Martin Morales, and Shane White back in row 8. Row number 9 tonight, the 11 of Alex Light and the 2 of Patrick Hernandez. Dakota Moniz and Gerald Duffin round out row number 10. Inside row number 11 here tonight from Sonoma Raceway, the 54 of Christopher Norris, followed by the 20 of James Trammell. Kyle Rochelle back there in 23rd. How about Thomas Walter going to start outside row number 13. Row 14 here tonight, Adam Westfield and Mark Dingman. Sean Huffstutler and Morris Bogan back in row 15 and rounding out this field. And as the pace car has already ducked off, we'll get ready to fire off here as the music begins to fade. Driver's going to put these engines to life, and we will get green flag racing here from Sonoma Raceway. First road course of the season. Who's going to grab the top spot? And green flag flies for the first time here tonight from Sonoma Raceway up through the first corner. Pole sitter going to lose that position. Whoa, and Horner with big trouble. Pole sitter blowing turn number 1 all the way to the tire barrier. Oh boy, he's going to have himself a long night ahead of himself. Where does Horner go? He goes all the way to the tail end of the field, all the way back to 29th. Looks like some trouble getting the machine fired off for Andrew D. Philippus just now rolling off the pit road. We've got more drivers with some trouble back here in the back. Let's see what's happening with Alex Light. There you can see that 11 just behind the 2 machine. We've got brake checks going into the corner. Nope, there's the contact. The 11 into the 2. The 5 gets around. One more driver comes piling in. The Lids locker room machine, he gets turned around. The 54 has some problems. We stay green flag here at Sonoma Raceway. Contact early for multiple drivers. Trouble for a lot of this field getting through these first few chicanes here tonight. We're going to stay green flag racing, though. Only local yellows, unless the track is blocked here tonight from Sonoma Raceway. So drivers have got to be careful about when they give up and how much they give up on the speed charts here tonight to their fellow competitors. Thomas Green, we've seen him lay down one killer fast time, and here he is, started 3rd, sitting in 2nd, running a pretty line, holding a pretty wheel inside of that filter time premier number 10 Toyota Camry, trying to chase down Isaac Shelley up in front. The 98 also very fast in happy hour, fast in qualifying, started outside pole, and he sits in that top spot. James Watson now picking up a position back through this field. Let's go around. Let's see if we can't find a handful of more battles going on for you. The 8 embroiled with a battle with Cedric Hunter. How about James Watson and Ryan Bird just off in front of these gentlemen? Patrick Hernandez has some trouble. Moments ago, he'll go off track for a brief moment, lose a little bit of time, but Hernandez and that too back going the right way. He's going to have a long night above. Whoa, and we've got another driver around. Cody Reed, I believe that may have been going off track. Jared Talmadge with some trouble. Talmadge losing a ton of time after going around the 12. Now losing 11 positions from where he started tonight's race all the way back outside of your top 10. Talmadge back running now in 15th. Another close battle just behind Talmadge as he rejoins the track. There's the 20 of James Trammell battling with the 57 of Thomas Walter. Walter looking to take a position away, and here he comes to the inside. 57 going to grab the spot. 22 is going to look in the open door. Will he grab that position through the, I believe iRacing and NASCAR, considering that turns 3 and 4. That's a corner that we're going to watch. It's going to be a hot spot. You see that little bit of tire barrier sticking out right there. I would bet we're going to see somebody into that before the night's over. We're going to go back a little bit further once again on the track. Take a look at this 11 of Alex Light. Light already involved in an on-track incident there on the opening lap of tonight's race. His 11 machine a little bit worse for the wear at the front. The Toyota Camry emblem a little bit jacked up. Well, no front clip on that one of Kyle Rochelle just behind him. Oh, and there's more trouble for the 11 into that safer barrier. My goodness. In a bad night, just going worse here for the 11 of Alex Light. He's going to fall another handful of positions back through this field. Back at the front, though, let's go inside of your top 5 battle on track right here with the 44 of Maurice Gomillion, Ryan Bird, Tom Sinchek. All right there running with each other, 3rd, 4th, 5th on the raceway. Since snatching that race lead on the opening lap in the opening corner, Isaac Shelley has not looked back. The 98 Toyota Camry has built himself a 2.6 second advantage over Thomas Green. Green with a big chunk of time between himself and 3rd place runner in that late Apex 44 machine at the front of this 3-car battle on your screen. So the 10, he's got himself well and clear as well. To your front 2 drivers, they've got the opportunity to kind of play pacemakers now. We'll see how that all shakes out as we watch this battle shake out. Going to come across through the final corners here and back towards turn number 1. We'll take a look around the track riding with these drivers as they make a lap here at Sonoma. You can see them all across the start-finish line coming up through these first corners, up through turn number 1. Still leading this trio now. Maurice Gomillion loses that top spot, loses that 3rd position to Ryan Bird. Gomillion going to fall back to 4th. We watch everybody come up over the hill, crest that hill, and come back down into this tricky little right-hander. Coming right at you, right into your screens here tonight from Sonoma Raceway. Ryan Bird looks like he's able to step away now. Bird was able to get around Maurice Gomillion, and now he's beginning to build a gap. We'll take a look back through this field as they work their way through the S's here. And yeah, he's walking away. He is walking away without a shadow of a doubt. Ryan Bird starting to separate himself, and now we've got Tom Sinchek involved in this battle here above head. Camera shot here. The drone cam out at Sonoma, giving us some great camera shots here. Looking down at that 49 of Ryan Bird. How about we go back once again to race fans? Let's go back to one of the battles on the track. This is your closest battles on track. Maurice Gomillion right there in that 44, still being hounded, but now it's by Cedric Hunter, James Watson, Gregory Schell, Aaron Kralik. Right there, all within striking distance. Trouble for Maurice Bogan. Bogan has some issues, and he heads to pit road. Side by side down into the corner. Can the 13 keep the position? 44 going to go wide here, just over the curbs. back down into the beginning of these. This is here, big time implications right here. Look at that 44 struggling to keep spots. And now 39 gonna have some trouble. James Watson gonna get forced wide. He's gonna lose a position to the 35 of Shell. Shell gonna take away that 7th position. Now here comes that tide 01 of Aaron Kralik. And I'm telling you, if you're a fan of paint schemes, you're a fan of Tide, you gotta love this ride right here. Good looking Chevy ZL1 Camaro out there tonight being piloted around this track by Aaron Kralik. Kralik up 2 positions from where he started tonight's race, now running in 9th. So as we now work our way around the track, lap number 7 underway here. Isaac Shelley continues to build the gap between himself and Thomas Green. Let's go up, take a look at your race leader here. That's got to be a pretty good feeling. Look how far back Thomas Green is, almost completely out of the picture. In some of these camera shots here tonight from Sonoma Raceway, Isaac Shelley walking away, 3.6 second advantage over Thomas Green, and Green has himself a large advantage as well. 4-second gap back from Green to the 3rd place runner inside his 49 Chevy Z01 Camaro. Ryan Bird sitting right there in 3rd. Trouble for Mark Dingman. He's going to have to pull the pit road as well. We'll jump back to battle once again. How about Gomillion, Shell, Watson going at it, 6th, 7th, 8th on the speedway here. Sonoma Raceway, typically we see some stretched out fields, but tonight Sonoma giving us what we want, what we like to see out of road courses, and that's battles. That's battles of the wheels, battle of the boldness, as these drivers sometimes are forced to try to outbrake each other and still trying to keep the cars underneath them. Some great battles already here from Sonoma Raceway in the Pump and Dump Clothing Company Grand Prix. Looking around to try to see how many other battles we have brewing right now. Looking to check on if there's any closer battles, and it looks like this is your closest battle on track. Gomillion and Shell now going at it as they have stepped away and separated themselves slightly from James Watson. And 35 of Shell looking to the inside. Will he grab the position? Gonna look to grab it in the hairpin. No. Gonna stay tucked in line right behind him. 39 of James Watson able to close in big time into the hairpin. And give up a little bit on the corner exit here. And now the 35 still chasing, still haunting. Gomillion and that 44 sitting in 6th. How about this battle? We've got another 3-car battle breaking out back around that 10th position right now. Breaky, Talmadge, Morales, all going at it. 10th, 11th, 12th on the speedway. But how about this race, fans? Your pole sitter here tonight, walking away with a quick time in the Pump and Dump qualifying session. Max Fauner started from the pole position, lost the race lead going uphill into turn 1, blew the corner completely into the outside, retaining all those safer barriers. The tire barriers, I should say, went all the way back to 29th. All the way back to 29th on the scoring pylon. And here he is, lap number 10. Look at it. It's right there on the left-hand side for your race fans. 9th position. This man is on a tear, driving mad inside of that Max Motorsports Toyota Camry. Look for Fauner to be a factor before tonight's over. If he can get all the way back to the front, man, that's going to be one for the ages, and one we'll talk about for a very, a long time. Looking at the speed charts last time around, Honor turning in times just as fast as your race leader Isaac Shelley. So the speed definitely inside that Max Motorsports machine. Just a mistake early, and it's going to cost him quite a bit. He's still trying to recover. Let's go back to a 3-car battle. Once again, this 44 late Apex machine, he's getting a ton of attention here because he's involved in a ton of action so far here tonight from Sonoma Raceway as we work our way around the track. Lap number 10 out of the 45 scheduled in tonight's Pump and Dump Clothing Company Grand Prix. Chameleon trying to fight off Shell. Mixing it up through these first few corners, nobody able to really gain any more positions. And how about fastest lap of the race being turned in last time around? Guess who? I'll give you one guess. That's right, the 51 of Max Fonner. He turns in the fastest lap of the race, a 1:17.89. He has not come to play here tonight. He is not being nice. He is on his way back to the front, running in the 9th position, looking for a position on that 39 of James Watson. We're going to go back and watch this one unfold. He'll actually join this 2 or 3 car battle that we're watching right now very momentarily. So I'm telling you, this man on screen right here in his late Apex 44, he's going to have himself quite a bit of company here in the next, I would say, about 2 laps or so. We'll see this 3-car battle turn into a 4-car battle as you've seen Fonner make his way off the corner exit, just lurking off in the distance, off in the background. We continue on lap number 12, and Isaac Shelley continues to pound the pavement front of this field. Your race leader with nothing to worry about out of Newstown, Pennsylvania. Can the 98 parking in victory lane for the first time this season. Shelley came into tonight's race sitting back in, I believe, that 6th position in your point standings, involved in a battle with Gerald Duffin, both locked in 22 points back outside of your top spot. And with the race winning, leading the most laps here tonight so far, Isaac Shelley has a chance, has a potential to possibly jump all the way up to 2nd, maybe even into that top spot after we exit tonight's race from the Sonoma Raceway. You're watching the Pump and Dump Clothing Company Grand Prix. How about we go back to the battle that we were watching moments ago, and here comes Fonner back in the background, making up that time. We said he was going to get there in a handful of laps, and we were not wrong. It may take him another lap or 2 here, but he is going to be all over James Watson in that 39 Ford Mustang very, very shortly. Front of the field dominated by Toyotas, followed by 2 bow ties. Your fast Ford at the front of the field is the 13 of Cedric Hunter. Hunter able to step away just a little bit from Chameleon. Now you can see that pink and white machine off of the foreground every so often in the camera shots. Foreigner, man, he just keeps chipping away at this race lead in front of him. Let's go back outside of your top 15. What do you say here? Gerald Duffin and Thomas Walter both going at it. 22 and 57, battling through the first few corners. You know, we just seen something right there, race fans. Something worked almost to perfection. The way these drivers were able to hit those curbs on the right-hand side, jump them a little bit, get those right tires off of the ground, but still lay it down and be able to make that quick right-hander, that tight. Whoa, in trouble for the 57. Ooh, boy, and he's going to spin it. Oh, keep it out of the wall. Walter able to keep it out of the wall, but he's going to lose a ton of track time now. That is a very big mistake with only local yellows here tonight. He'll reblend back in the track, and he'll lose a handful of positions. Looks like we've got another driver with some trouble. Ryan Lewis with issues. 57 of Walter. He's going to go ahead and wave that white flag. He's coming to pit road for some tires. Meanwhile, back at the front of the field, Chameleon still has that company with Shell Watson, and here now Bonner has joined the battle. We're trying to see who that is just off in front of this cluster of drivers on the lead lap. I do believe we'll have a driver being displayed. That blue flag to try to get him to get out of the way. And there it is. Gentleman move. He's going to go to the bottom. And Fonner says, thank you, sir. Open the door for me. I'll drop down to the inside. I'll take that position away. Move a little closer to the front. Once again, your pole sitter with trouble in the opening lap. Turn number 1. Fonner off track all the way back to 29th. And he has run back to 8th position with another 2 spots just in front of him. We'll keep it right here. Tell you what, you're going to take a look off the tail end right now of Shell, looking back at Fonner and Watson, ready to pounce when he has the opportunity. Great camera shot here tonight, brought to you by all the guys and girls back at the Turn 3 Racing Network, bringing in some great camera shots. And how about we now go to, I believe we'll get, oh, there it is, the overhead shot as Fonner able to make that pass and move into 7th. Gregory Shell looks to try to track him back down. Oh no, in trouble for Thomas Green. Thomas Green in the 10. He's got trouble, and he's going to drop all the way back to 4th now, giving up a ton of time on the track. What happened with Green? Whoa, and Fonner all over the tail end of that 44. That was almost big trouble. 35 looks to get back. Whoa, and contact, and Fonner goes around. Uh-oh, contact. James Watson and Max Fonner. Oh, and Fonner's got a lot of rear damage. Now he's going to lose a lot of time. Tell you what, race fans, let's go real quick. Let's go check out what happened with Thomas Green. Oh, big trouble right there. Something very, whoa, getting split there as well. Big moment for Thomas Green. We'll take a look back once again with James Watson and Max Fonner. Let's look at this one unfold before our eyes one more time. There's the 35. He's going to duck to the inside of the track, and oh, just breaking loose, getting up through the gears. Contact with the 39, and Fonner goes around. He'll rejoin the track with a lot of damage on the rear end of his machine. And it will jump back live at the front of this field. Battles beginning to dissipate. Maurice Chameleon still being hounded though. Ooh, almost overstepping it right there. Big moment for that 35 running right behind a Chameleon. These two have been all over each other since the drop of the green flag here tonight. Chameleon gonna keep trying to knock down the laps and keep trying to knock down the door to a top 5. The 44 sits in 6th. As we begin to close in on the halfway point, begin to close in on what would be our stage break here tonight at lap number 20. We're about 3 laps away from Isaac Shelley securing the points for the stage win. We will not throw a caution. We'll keep this thing green flag all night long. And now the 51 of Max Forner, we're seeing him work his way down the pit lane after the contact in trouble. Forner gonna have another uphill battle on his hands here tonight after a massive rerun back up through the field. He'll have to repeat and relive that one more time here tonight to walk away with a solid finishing position. Ryan Bird in the 49, now up 5 positions. He sits in second with Tom Sinchek right there in his 8 machine. Sinchek sits in third. Sunday drive on a Saturday night. Whoa, boy. And almost throwing it away right there. We were going to mention a Sunday drive right here available for Isaac Shelley on a Saturday night at the first road course race here for the North American iRacing Stock Car Challenge Track Racer Cup Series. The NAISCC race number 4 well and underway, and he has got himself a huge advantage here. Was almost a 10-second advantage 9.5 moments ago before that big moment for Shelley. He's still got himself 8.5 seconds to work with, so no need to push it. You can probably push this thing as long as you can. Pit road delta, normal pit stop, looks to be about a 51-second stop is what we're seeing out there for drivers that it looks like they took 2 tires. So, I mean, a very long time on pit road. You're going to lose a position by coming to pit road. But a few drivers already listed 1 lap down. They're going to have a lot of trouble on their hands trying to work their way back onto a lead lap here tonight. I believe once you've gone 1 lap down, it's going to be almost impossible to get it back. We may be able to see a handful of those drivers get themselves back onto the lead lap. Andrew DeFilippis right there, very close to going 1 lap down. Thomas Walter, 57, that's the driver we're going to keep our eye on this pit cycle here. Walter already down to pit road on lap number 13, so he gave up the time early in tonight's race. Look for him to run this thing on out. From here on out, will Walter be able to get himself back on the lead lap? Max Forner, he's going to lay down an even faster time now on those fresh tires. A 1:17.60 is the fast time in race trim for the 51 Toyota Camry of Max Forner. Forner taking the Pump and Dump Clothing Company qualifying pole award here moments ago. And we're right at that stage break, so as long as Shelley can get his way back around here, race fans, he will walk away with the stage win. The Simbox Store stage win will belong to the man at the front of this field, and it looks like for all intents and purposes, it is going to belong to that 98. Nobody even close to being able to contest him at this point in time. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to call it like it is, call it how it is, call it how it is on the track, as always. And walking away with the stage win here tonight, the Simbox Store stage win will belong to the 98 machine. Isaac Shelley will walk away with some more points. And although he's not coming to pit road yet, when it's time for him to come to pit road, I do believe inside of his Premier 98, he will be pushing the buttons on his button box provided to him by the Simbox Store. It's time for Simbox Store stage break here tonight. Driver's going to utilize the buttons to make their strategy a reality in a matter of moments. Get yours today. I've got my eye on a handful of them. Really like that Diablo. Really like the Stormtrooper version. Not really sure if I want that 1 or 2, but you can definitely be looking forward to hearing from me. Gonna grab one of my own. Head on over to simboxstore.com. You really push our buttons. That's simboxstore.com. And with 21 laps in the book, we've got 25 laps remaining here tonight. Time for some house cleaning as we are right on the threshold of the halfway point. Driver walking away with the most laps led here tonight. Also going to walk away with the Simbox Tour stage win, snatching the race lead away in turn number 1 and not looking back ever since. Sitting at the front of this field, the Pennsylvania native inside his premier 98, Isaac Shelley leads the way. Back running in the second position here, coming across the start-finish line this time around. In the second position, driver inside of that 8 machine, Tom Sidchek, looks to have a solid finish here tonight. Cedric Hunter in the 13 Ford Mustang. The Ottawa, Ontario, Canada native Cedric Hunter looking to have a fine road course race debut here this season in the Hello Kitty 13. And you know, I ain't hating on you, Cedric. I like it. I like it. I see you out there, big man. I see you. Driver back in the 4th position now out of Brook Park, Ohio, powered by G Fuel Cosmic Candies. Gregory Shell has had himself one heck of a race. He's been battling pretty much this entire time here tonight. Been involved with battles with the 13 of Hunter, who's just in front of him, as well as the driver right behind, but Gregory Shell taking his spot inside of the top 5 here tonight, gaining 6 positions so far. Shell runs in 4th. How about the man going to round out your top 5? We talked about the big battles that Shell has found himself in. Well, Maurice Gomillion has been a part of most of those battles, and here we are again. They're going to go drag racing down to the start-finish line. Close quarters racing. As Gomillion going to give him a little bit of room. Can the DC native get the job done and keep himself inside the top 5? Gomillion runs in 5th. That's going to do it for your highlights and spotlights, your mid-race report here tonight for the NAICC Track Racer Cup Series Pump and Dump Clothing Company Grand Prix from Sonoma Raceway. Started tonight's race with 30 drivers in the field. We have still got ourselves 23 out there on the track, but just a handful left on the lead lap. We've got 17 drivers listed on the lead lap right now through a big round of green flag pit stops. Isaac Shelley, no longer your race leader. Tom Sidchek checks in at the front of his number 8 machine, but he has yet to come to pit road. Isaac Shelley, Ryan Bird, both to pit road, all the way back in 5th and 6th. Now they've got himself quite a disadvantage to make up, but with the pit stops running right around 51 seconds, I don't believe they're going to have any trouble making that leap back to the front. Taking a look at the tattoos by Paulie 49 of Ryan Bird, driver running in that 5th position, but look for Bird to catapult back to 2nd once your top 3 drivers make their way to pit road. You're gonna have to come to pit road at some point in time. You're not gonna be able to get all the way through tonight's race on 1 tank of fuel, so when will Sidchek, Hunter, and Gomillion head down to pit road for attention of their crews. Looking for some battles, and it looks like Gregory Shell, we've talked about him being involved in battles all night long. Everywhere we see him here tonight, he's always involved with another vehicle, and here's that 22 of Gerald Duffin. Duffin yet to come to pit road, breaking inside the top 10 for the first time here tonight. Started all the way back in 20th. Duffin utilizing a little strategy to make up some positions. How much will he give up on the late end, though, and how much will he be able to gain with those much fresher tires? Shell sitting patiently behind Duffin right there in the 11th position. James Watson beginning to close in. 2.3 seconds back is Watson as he starts to slowly close in on Shell. Martin Morales in the 91 right there knocking on the door of a top 15. Morales sitting back in the 16th position right now. Still on the lead lap. Morales was already to pit road down on lap number 23, so he's got enough fuel to get to the end. James Trammell, long stop on pit road. Big time points implications here tonight, as Trammell has had some trouble. And Sinchek. Was that Sinchek in the back? Excuse me. No, that was not Sinchek. That was off in the back. There was a driver very slow making their way out of pit road exit. That could have been very big for a lot of drivers. We've seen some carnage multiple years back when the big boys came to the track. That's right, when NASCAR visited. And I don't want to call any drivers' names. If you know the incident, you know what I'm talking about. And we almost had ourselves a replay of that here tonight in the NAISCC Track Racer Cup Series. First road course of the season for these drivers, and honestly, off-track excursions not really very high here tonight. We can go through the list and run it on down for you. A handful of drivers out there still with a 100% clean race here tonight. No incident reports, no off-track excursions. And that is what you need to be fast. That is how you keep it at the front. And speaking of keeping it at the front, trouble for the 94 of Huffstutler. There you can see him. He's already getting it back, getting it back, heading in the right direction. Let's go take a look, see what happened with this 94 real quick. And all it just comes out from under him. Out from under him and right into that concrete barrier. We'll back it up and headed back in the right direction, and we'll head back to the front of the field, because guess who's back? We told you he was going to get back, and he is back at the front of this field. Isaac Shelley leads Maurice Gamillion by 3 seconds now. Gamillion still having to make his green flag pit stop. He's yet to come to pit road, and he's going to be giving up a ton of time here. Jarrett Talmadge, Adam Westfield, both coming to pit road this time by. They'll drop outside of the top 5 right now, listed 7th and 8th on the speedway. Ryan Bird still trying to make up some time. The 49 trying to close back in on Gamillion and take that second position away before Gamillion heads to pit road. It's all but assured that Bird will leapfrog him once he does come to pit road. Tom Sinchek, also one of those drivers eyeballing that leapfrog. They undercut right now as Maurice Gamillion running this thing long, man. I mean, over half of this race ran here on this opening stint by Gamillion, that late Apex 44 machine. And I mean, he's only 2 seconds off pace. I mean, that is huge at a road course. To only be 2 seconds off the pace of the driver with the freshest tires in the field. Isaac Shelley to pit road back on lap number 22, so he's got 22 lap fresher tires, and still only 2 seconds in front. That lets you know Gamillion has got some pace. He's found some speed on these older Goodyears in this next-gen Chevy Z01 Camaro. Gamillion trying to stretch it long, but I don't think he's going to have much more of a fight, because the 49 of Brian Bird, there you can see the tattoos by Paulie. 49 beginning to close in. Tom Sinchek not too far back from them. Sinchek about 5 seconds off, running in fourth. Thomas Green, and that tin machine will round out your top 5. Well, if it's not one, it's the other all race long. Maurice Gamillion has been battling with somebody at some point in time throughout tonight's race. Every time we check in on him, Every time we look in on him, he's always got another driver around. Speaking of drivers around, every time we look into this guy right here as well, the 35 or be it the 39, Shell, Watson, going at it still with each other, 8th and 9th on the speedway. Let's get back though, because that was a great battle going on at the front. Somehow Chameleon able to fight him off through the hairpin. Back up through the first few corners here. They'll make their way to turns 3 and 4. And somehow Chameleon able to make that machine work, able to keep the tires underneath them and keep some fast times. Really, I mean, comparative with the much bigger difference on the freshness of those tires, Chameleon doing one heck of a job. Isaac Shelley enjoying a 7 and, well, making an 8-second advantage now over Maurice Chameleon, battling with Ryan Bird here, trying to keep Bird behind him. Bird with much fresher tires, 21 lap fresher tires. Isaac Shelley with 22 lap fresher tires. Opened up an 8.5-second advantage. He gone right now. He's in his own zip code, in his own world. Can Bird get by Chameleon, or will Sinchek slowly close in? There you can see that 8 of Tom Sinchek starting to run Bird down here. 22 of Gerald Duffin just off in front of Sinchek is 1 lap down. The Toyota driver going to move to the left-hand side of the track, give the line to the 8. And now with clear track in front, Sinchek looks to run down Bird, and he's gotten by Chameleon last time around. So just as we were mentioning, he's got to go. He's got to get around this 44. Ryan Bird finally makes the move and moves into second. More battles out there on the track. What do you say we go back here? Let's go take a look at this one. Once again, James Watson and Gregory Shell still going at it. 8th and 9th on the speedway. I mean, again, every time we check in on these two, or that 44 of Chameleon, all of them always seem to be embroiled in some sort of battle here tonight. So once again, the road course proving to be exciting, fun times here with the NAISCC Track Racer Cup Series. If you haven't already, show these drivers some love and appreciation. Let them know you like what they... Oh boy, contact, and I know that 39, he's not going to like what that 35 just did. Uh-oh, could we see a bump and run is what we'll call it. As we were saying, though, give these drivers some love and appreciation. Show them that you like what they give to you each and every Saturday night right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, and drop them that thumbs up. And if you haven't already, join us in our continued quest to 3,000 subscribers. As we already mentioned, drop these drivers that thumbs up, click subscribe, smash the bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Whether it's myself, Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters, we do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by. Whether you're sliding through to say hey, or you are one of the dedicated fans, friends, family, maybe even one of the many sponsors across the many different leagues and series here, we do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by. So go ahead, you know you want to drop these drivers that thumbs up. And as we mentioned, the many different series and the many different leagues that we cover here at Turn 3 Racing Network, want to give a big shout out to some of the fellow cohorts here at the Turn 3 Racing Network, Youth in the Booth, as well as Upstate Al, holding their banquets earlier here today for one of their particular series. A big to-do over there. So if you don't know about it, you gotta find out about it. Running asphalt intern, go check them out. We don't want to give the names away, but if you're a fan of the Turn 3 Racing Network, you know what I'm talking about. You know what two series we're referring to, head on over through the YouTube side of things. Check out that awards banquet as well. Some great prizes being handed out here in the NAISCC as well. The Simbox store also handing out some awards later on this season for these drivers in the North American iRacing Stock Car Challenge Track Racer Cup Series over the curbs. Oh, having a miss. Oh, and there's the 54. We said it. We knew there was going to be problems at some point in time. Hard contact for Christopher Norris. He'll get the car pointed back in the right direction and head off into the sunset. No harm, no foul, because he's already been fouled pretty hard. Technical, as he's got no front clip on his machine. Another modified on the track right here. The 11 of Alex Light. Multiple trouble spots for him as Thomas Green. Green has some more trouble. Oh no. Falling from paradise and from the front of the field, Thomas Green now running in 7th. What happened to Green? Oh, we just got some lockup. Front tires locking up on that 10 machine and right into the tire barrier, into the hairpin. That's never going to be good. He had to back it up, get it going back in the right direction. Now that 10 of Green back in 7th, but oh my goodness. You're not going to believe this. Knocking on the door of the top 10, or already inside the top 10, I apologize. Knocking on the door of a top 5 here once again after his second big-time trouble here tonight. Forner had to work his way all the way back from outside of the top 15 once again. And here he is with 12 laps to go. Your pump and dump pole sitter here tonight in the Pump and Dump Clothing Company Grand Prix for the North American iRacing Stock Car Challenge Track Racer Cup Series inside of his 51 Toyota Camry. The Max Motorsports driver putting it down out there lap after lap, putting in max effort. You seen what we did there? Ha ha ha. No, just kidding. Max Forner, man, road course ace. He's got to be one of those road course ringers because he is just lights out, faster lap after lap, even with trouble here tonight. Not once, but twice. Forner closing in on a solid top 5. And what a way to walk away from the track after having a big trouble, not just trouble, but big trouble twice here tonight. Not only able to keep yourself on the lead lap inside the top 10, but walk away with the top 5. That will vote huge for confidence levels for that 51 and his entire crew, especially when we head to our next road course a little bit later on in the season. Next week, coming at you, race fans, we head all the way cross country. I say cross country, but it's really just across California. It feels big enough to be another country. Auto Club Speedway on tap next Saturday night. We're going to have our second Dash for Cash race in place, so keep your eyes out for that. Last week at Homestead Miami Speedway, we had some Dash for Cash implications going on. If you tuned in, you know how that shook down and shaped up. Dave Bush walking away with the race win last week at Homestead Miami Speedway. And tonight, Bush unable to make the trip cross country here to Sonoma. So not going to have a repeat winner. With Tucker with trouble, Huff Stetler off of the lead lap. It looks like we're going to have ourselves a new race winner once again here this season. Race number 4 on tap here tonight, the Pump and Dump Clothing Company Grand Prix at Sonoma Raceway. Bonner closing in on a top 5 after big time trouble. Let's go back to the man at the front of this field leading the way. He's led the most laps here tonight as well. Inside of that Vermeer 98, the driver out of Pennsylvania, looking to walk away with his first set of hardware here this season. Nice little gap back to second. Shelley leads Bird by 8. Ryan Bird right here in that Tattoos by Paulie 49 machine. Running in a solid second position. He's got himself quite a bit of a gap back to Tom Sinchek. Sinchek sitting in third right now, up 5 positions from where he started. You got to go all the way back to that red 44 late Apex machine for the next driver in line. Maurice Chameleon right there running in fourth. And Cedric Hunter, he's going to get brave and go to the inside. Ooh. We've seen that be a trouble corner for multiple drivers here tonight. No trouble, though, for the Hello Kitty 13. Cedric Hunter moves to fourth. Just like that, less than 10 laps to go here tonight from Sonoma Raceway to 13. Trying to move his way by Martin Morales. Morales listed as a driver off of the lead lap here. Still running some decent lap times, but the Ford Mustang driver will move to the side. Allow that 13 to go by Andrew D. Philippus, last driver on the lead lap, running in 14th. So over half of the field here tonight, putting 1 lap down, 13 with some trouble. Hunter almost going for a big ride and ruining a good night. Solid top 5 in place now for the 13. Looking through the timing, scoring race fans. 30 drivers started tonight's race. We've still got 22 out there on the track, but only 14 left on the lead lap. 8 laps to go this next time around. Isaac Shelley continues to show the way. He's given up about a half a second of that race lead. But I mean, let's be honest, he can give up close to about a second over the next handful of laps, and he will still walk away with a little bit of gap on that last lap. I'm not saying you want to give it all away. I'm just saying you want to make sure you keep it on that pavement. How about this? Once again, we go to our closest battle on track, and who do we find? 39 of James Watson in his Ford Mustang, just in front of Gregory Schell. Schell looking for yet another position thing stacked up from here on out. So this is a very important moment for both of these drivers here. 39 of Watson has got to defend this position for all he's worth. Very long season here with the NAISCC Track Racer Cup Series. So every point is going to be big by the time we make it to the playoffs. So this battle, 8th and 9th on the raceway, very important when it comes to later on in the season. We may look back at one of these road courses as a deciding factor on who makes it in and who is left out in the cold, standing watching these drivers fight for the season championship. While we've got ourselves a final few moments before we get to our final 5 laps of tonight's race, do want to give a brief shout out to each and every one of the sponsors here with the North American iRacing Stock Car Challenge. First and foremost, Track Racer coming on board as your title sponsor this season. Track Racer has the cutting edge design and engineering to give you the competitive edge over your rivals, offering race rig flight simulators, monitor stands, accessories, and now even wheels from SimCube. Track Racer has everything you need to start or complete your rig today. Follow the NAISCC on Facebook. For a special code, you can get yourself a little bit of a discount. Head on over to trackracer.com. as always, butt kicker. The future is feeling butt kicker. Feel what you've been missing if you're looking to shake your rump while getting into the corners. They've got some great speaker systems that can help you out. Butt kicker, haptic. Oh, there we go. We can spit it out. Butt kicker, haptic transducers bring tactical feedback to your sim experience, delivering those missing car to driver connections, making you feel like you can drive faster lap after lap. Feel every shift gear, every rumble strip, every tire slip with precision accuracy. That's right, butt kicker. Feel what you've been missing. Closing in on the final few laps here tonight, we will thank the Simbox Store for coming on board this season. Once again, Simbox Store sponsoring your stage break as well as your caution flags here this season with the North American iRacing Stock Car Challenge. Drivers utilizing their button boxes to make their strategy a reality in the matter of moments. Get yours today at simboxstore.com. Simbox Store, you really push our buttons. Laps to go here tonight. We will bring this thing to an end. Gonna give another big shout out to North Star Designs, graphic design and logos, websites, and more. You can find samples and more at North Star Designs on Instagram, or you can check them out at TW Norse on Twitter and Twitch. Whenever you need to stand out, remember to look no further. Look to the star, North Star Designs. And obviously, last but not least, tonight's race sponsor, your starting lineup sponsor as well, the Pump and Dump Clothing Company. Get your average Joe duck hunter enthusiast goods from Pump and Dump Clothing Company.com. That's right, pumpdumpclothingcompany.com. Check them out on the website. We've made it easy for you. You can scroll right down in the description. Go over there and check out some of the great products provided by the Pump and Dump Clothing Company, specifically made for the NAISCC drivers and families. They've got some great things out there for you to pick up. Head on over and check them out. That's pumpdumpclothingcompany.com. And just like that, we've got less than 5 to go. Man at the front of the field, Isaac Shelley has begun to run into some heavier lap traffic. Was able to get by Thomas Walter, Martin Morales, and Drew D. Philippus. Also falling off of the lead lap. He's going to begin to close in on Adam Westfield now. We're down to just 13 drivers left on the lead lap. And as Shelley walks away with a huge advantage, let's go back to this. We've got a 3-car battle, and guess who it is? The 3 drivers we have seen battling all race long. Million, Shell, and Watson right here, all over each other once again. Oh my gosh. Amazing, these drivers just seem to keep finding battles, keep finding themselves mixing it up amongst themselves as well as other drivers, but for the vast majority of the part, these 3 men have just not been able to get away from each other. Thomas Green off of the distance, he enjoys a little bit of a buffer zone. I don't think he's going to have to worry about these 3 drivers catching him, but Chameleon, Shell, and Watson, they have... I mean, they've been throwing blows all night long here. 3 laps now remaining from Sonoma Raceway in the Pump and Dump Clothing Company Grand Prix, brought to you by the North American iRacing Stock Car Challenge Track Racer Cup Series right here. Live on the Turn 3 Racing Network, we have been non-stop racing action since the drop of the green flag here tonight. 45 laps scheduled in tonight's official race distance, and we're going to see this Grand Prix come to a close in just a handful of more laps. Race leader Isaac Shelley, he's got nothing to worry about. He's got himself a decent lead here. Giving up some time though. What has happened to Shelley? Let's go back. Let's see if we see anything indicating some trouble for Shelley here. Interesting little moments. We're going back. We're trying to look, and we can't find anything. He's just given up quite a bit of time here over the course of these final few laps with just 2 to go. Popsicle sticks on display, and Ryan Bird, you can see him. Can he catch him? Tell you what, why don't we give you an onboard camera shot? Let's work our way around the track. 1 lap here as we get set and head towards the white flag this time around inside the 49. Tattooed by Paulie. Ryan Bird trying to close in, and he's going to do so right here. Running wide is that 98. Let's jump back out of the car. Let's get this one full screen through the final corner. Contact, more contact. These drivers going to continue this drag race back around the final corner. And here we go, race fans coming to the white flag. That's it, white flag gonna fly, 1 to go. Brought to you by the KL Customs. KL Customs bringing you all your Kyle Larson custom diecast needs. If you don't know, now you know. Go check them out. You can find the link to the website right down in the description as well. So the KL Customs white flag in the air. Final lap for Shelley. Dominating performance tonight. Will he be able to keep that 49 behind him and walk away with the Pumping Up Clothing Company Grand Prix race win? Trying to back the corner up is that 49 up over the curb just a little bit. We'll work our way through the S's. Oh boy, this is gonna get good. Back through the S's, the 49 not able to get there just yet. We'll come just around the corner. We'll see your race leader come into the picture there. You can see him off in the distance, 49. This is going to be it. It's going to be a battle into the final corner. Who will outbreak who? Send it down into the corner, and it's not going to vote well for either driver. And oh no, the 98 will pay the price, and Isaac Shelley will lose the race lead. Shelley gonna walk across the line in second, but checkered flag flies for the 49 of Ryan Bird. He sent it down in the corner and grabbed that top spot. Oh my goodness. They're gonna talk about this one for a handful of weeks, I can guarantee you. What do you say we go back and we take one quick look at this one more time? Race fans, coming to the final corner tonight. Heavy on the brakes, forcing the issue. The 49 almost loops it. The 98 does loop it. Oh my goodness. What a crazy finish to tonight's race. Walking away with the race win is that 49 of Ryan Bird. Oh my. Big moment here in the first road course of the season for the San Antonio, Texas native. Walking away with the race win, the 49 of Ryan Bird, and it looks like he's going to get a little bit of company here. 54 coming to show a little respect. Rev the engine just a little bit, and as Ryan Bird begins to make his way to the front stretch to give the fans in the stands a little bit of a smoke show, we're going to step away from the track for just a brief moment. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back with all your post-race interviews. back trackside at the conclusion of tonight's Pump and Dump Clothing Company Grand Prix. And did we have some fireworks here tonight? Great battles throughout tonight's race. Big time moments at the start. And how about the moment at the end? We're going to talk to the drivers involved here just shortly. But first, walking away with your final spot in the podium here tonight, walking away with third here is the 8 of Tom Sinchek. As some prior obligations needing to be fulfilled, so unfortunately not going to be able to catch up and have a few words in the post race here tonight with Tom Sinchek, but nonetheless solid night for that 8 machine. He'll finish 5 positions forward from where he started back in 8th. Sinchek rounds out your top 3. And just like that, we're going to move right into those drivers we were just discussing. And oh, wait. Looks like we may be able to catch them after all. Let's see if we can't catch them really quick here. Let's see if we can't squeeze in a few words with Tom. Hey, Tom, it's Dave. You got me? Catching you before you had to go deal with what else you had to deal with here tonight. But nonetheless, great run, great finish for you and your crew. Up 5 spots from where you qualified. Walk us through a little bit of your night. Seemed somewhat uneventful, but still eventful enough, if that makes sense. Oh, absolutely crazy ending, but some crazy good racing action all night long. Road course racing sometimes for certain individuals, not quite their cup of tea is just how we'll label it and leave it at that. But tonight, you drivers put on an absolute show. Congratulations on walking away with a podium spot here tonight, giving your point standings a little bit of a shot in the arm. That's going to vote well for you as we continue on and into Auto Club next week. So, Tom, before we let you go, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home or at the shop?
Late Apex, you for doing the broadcast. It was just just good, clean and run up on until probably that last turn, but that was literally just a driving incident between the 2 leaders. But yeah, congrats to everybody, congrats to Ryan, and congrats to Isaac on the second place.
All right, Tom. Well, again, congratulations on third here tonight at Sonoma as we visited our first road course of the season. And we'll look to see if we can't catch up with you in the next few weeks. Maybe we'll talk at Auto Club or how about when we head to Richmond. Either way, Tom, again, congratulations and stay safe. And we'll see you soon.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
All right, there you have it. Driver walking away in third. We caught a glimpse of Tom walking by, and we snatched him in. We got our interview in first. Ha! What do you think of that? Just saying, we good round here. On to the next one, though. How about the man that dominated most of tonight's race, walking away with second, though? What a crazy end. Let's see if we can't get some words from the 98 of Isaac Shelley. It's David the Booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Oh, man, crazy race for you and your crew. You dominated here tonight. You left the door open right at the end, though. Unfortunately, you walking away with second after the contact in the final corner. What's going through your mind now?
I don't know. Kind of bummed, obviously. I hate finishing second. I wish I could have won, but I shouldn't have let him get that close. I kind of feel like Reddick, but like I booed 9 seconds in 23 laps, and I was really on cruise control. I was going 60% since lap 4, and then he started closing gaps. I'm like, all right, I'll start pushing, and then you slip the tires once, the rears, and they get overheated, and you can't cool them back down. So I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I'm not blaming him. He drove a heck of a race. He was on rails that last segment. And I would have done the same thing, if I ran someone down from that far back and had a shot to win. I would have done the exact same thing. So, yeah, I mean, congrats to him. He drove a great race. It's just, we led like pretty much every lap except the last one, and we led going into the final corner, and we didn't win the race. So,
Well, Isaac, yeah, I mean, we can feel your pain, man. We know how hard this pill is going to be to swallow. That's for sure, man. But you got to walk away with your head held high, knowing that you came in and dominated here. You know what I mean? You set yourself up for a great finish. You still walk away with a great finish. Not quite what it should have been or could have been, but still, at the end of the day, you're going to walk away with some great points here, man. And look forward to the next road course later on in the season. Got to keep your hopes up about how good your run there as well, huh?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we've had good speed every single race and like a shot to win every single race this season. So you can't complain if we keep putting ourselves in that position to win. Eventually it's gonna fall into place. It's gonna happen. But yeah, I think we go to Glen in the playoffs. So looking forward to that. But yeah, we'll just keep clicking away at it. See if we can't get it done one of these weeks.
Absolutely, man. Well, congratulations walking away with the podium. I know it's not quite where you wanted to finish or where you expected to finish, but still a solid night for you and your 98 crew walking away second here from Sonoma Raceway. So before we let you go, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home or at the shop?
Yeah. Premier Racing Graphics, Thomas, Jared, JT for being great teammates. Alex for doing some great spotting tonight, as he always does. And, yeah, that's about it.
All right, my man. Well, until next time, stay safe, and we'll hope to see you soon.
Yeah, man, thank you. Have a good night.
All right, there you go. You can hear it in his voice, the dejection coming out of Isaac Shelley, humbled, but still respectful, a little bit angry, but still understanding what a great driver inside of that 98 Premier Toyota Camry. Isaac Shelley takes it in stride, leads almost every single lap, but falls short in the final lap, in the final corner, and Isaac Shelley will walk away second here tonight from Sonoma. Now on to the man that walked away with the race win. What a move at the end of the night. Let's see if we can't talk to your race winner, Ryan Bird. It's Dave. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, let's get right to it. We ain't going to pull no punches. When did you decide you were going that deep in the final corner?
The lap before, when I didn't send it and tried to cross him over and got doored, I just kind of, that's what we're doing now. You know what I mean? And I didn't want to pass him before turn 11 because I knew what I was probably getting back. Now, talking to him afterwards, I don't think I would have got that back. But, that's the thought process at the time.
Absolutely, man. Whenever there's contact, drivers expect contact back, things of that nature. But, Ryan, let me throw a scenario. Let's say you've already got a race win this season. Do you still drive it that deep in the corner?
Oh, man. Maybe. If the lap before that still happened, maybe. Me and my teammate Max Foner really thought this was our shot for one of us to win this race, and of course he got caught out by cold brakes, cold tires on lap 1. So whenever I saw I had a shot at it, you got to take the chance.
Absolutely, man. We couldn't agree with you more, and we're not trying to set you up with our questions. They're not loaded or anything, man. Just trying to get some of your thought process inside that Tattoos by Paulie 49 machine. Man, great run. You had tons of speed all night long. It wasn't a one-lap fluke kind of thing. Like we said, you had speed all night long. Your teammate had speed. A great run back to the top 5 for him as well. So both of you guys with some solid nights, and you put it in victory lane here tonight for the first time this season. That's got to feel good. How are you feeling about moving on through the rest of this schedule?
Oh man, now that I know I'm locked in, it's just try and collect some more wins. Lot of stress off the shoulders.
Absolutely, the stress is going to go away, and you're going to be able to pull a little different strategies from here on out if you want. So we look for some big things to come from you throughout the rest of this regular season. Again, Ryan, congratulations walking away with your first win this season, coming at the road course here in the Pump and Dump Company Clothing Company Grand Prix. Before we let you go and enjoy the champagne and race win, want to give any shout outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home in Texas?
Yeah, thank you to, again, my girlfriend Taylor, or if she's tattooing you, Polly, for putting up with this sim racing stuff on a Saturday night. Shout out to my teammate for being super fast and pushing me all week to try and find more time, knowing that it was in the track. And thank you to everyone that came out, the admins that run this show, and Shelly for being so kind after all that.
All right, my man. Well, again, congratulations on your first win of the season, and we'll look forward to trying to catch up with you over the next few weeks. And until next time, my man, stay safe, and we'll see you soon.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
All right, there you have it. Final few words from Ryan Bird. You heard it, a little bit of contact between himself and Shelly on the previous lap. And he said, all right, that's how it's going to be done. Let's do this thing. And he did the thing down in the final corner, timing it just right. Fortunately enough, after the contact, both of them with a little bit of a spin, but Bird able to corral his car and get it headed back to the start-finish line first, and he walks away with the checkered flag in the race win here tonight in the Pump and Dump Clothing Company Grand Prix from Sonoma Raceway. What a night, race fans. Ryan Bird takes the checkered flag. Whew, doesn't get much better than that, race fans. I mean, a road course with that kind of crazy action, not just at the front, but all race long, and especially right there, last lap, last turn. You can't ask for much more. What a night of racing here for the North American iRacing Stock Car Challenge presented by Trak RACER. Producers hitting those music buttons, you know the tunes and sounds, so you know it's time to run down tonight's unofficial race results. Walking away with that top spot inside his Pauly Tattoos by Pauly 49 machine, Ryan Bird takes the checkered flag. Leading almost every single lap here tonight, but falling just short. The 98 of Isaac Shelley finishes in second. Tom Sinchek back in third, rounding out your podium drivers. Fourth tonight, Cedric Hunter, Max Fonner, your pole sitter, walks away with a great recovery. Speed inside of that 51 finds himself in fifth. Race Gold Million back in 6th, 7th place tonight. The Thomas Green, Gregory Shell back at 8th. Thomas Jarrett Talmadge back in 9th position. Dakota Moniz right there in 10th. James Watson, Logan Brakey, Adam Westfield, Andrew D. Philippus, Martin Morales round out here. Top 15. 57 of Thomas Walter going to walk away 16th from Sonoma here tonight with Sean Huff-Stutler. Walking away 17th, 18th is Gerald Duffin. 19th on the track here tonight belongs to Christopher Norris. Shane White back in 20th. Kyle Rochelle 21st, 22nd to Ryan Lewis. Alex Light in the 11 slides home 23rd, 24th to James Tremmel with Aaron Kralik the 01. Finishing out your top 25, Cody Reed back in 26th, 27th tonight to Patrick Hernandez. Morris Bogan back in 28th, 29th. Mark Dingman and James Loveland will round out your 30-car field here tonight from Sonoma Raceway. That's going to be it for us. If you haven't already, show these drivers some love and appreciation. Let them know you like all the action they provided to you, not just tonight, but each and every Saturday night. Join us in that quest to 3,000. Show these drivers that love and drop them the thumbs up. Click subscribe, smash the bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Whether it's myself, David the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters, we appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by. With that being said, we're going to roll up the cords and cut off the lights. Stay safe, stay loved, my friends, and until next time, we'll meet you in Turn 3.